Hey guys, this is Eve with Scrapbooking with Me, and today we're going to make a pizza box. I've had some requests for me to show them how to make some mini pizza boxes, and then of course you can make them larger and larger just depending on what size you want. This one's going to be a 4x4, so this is going to be a good size for maybe, I don't know, bracelets, necklaces, different things like that. So we're going to make one of these, and then I will give you all the dimensions and all the measurements, that kind of thing. They'll be over on my blog. So if you don't catch them when we're going through the video, just click the link below that says blog and go over there and you can copy them from there. So this piece of paper is 6 inches by 11 inches. We're going to score on the long, we're going to put it on the short side, and we're going to score all the way down at 1 inch. And this is a very thick cardstock, so I'm going to score it twice. And then we're going to score at 5 inches. Score all the way down. Then you're going to turn it to the long side, and you're going to score at 1, at 5, at 6, and then at 10. Whoa, I just jumped the track that time, didn't I? There we go. So that is 1, 5, 6, and 10. All right, so we're gonna lay this aside. So that's all the scoring we need to do. I'm gonna go ahead and do some folding on this. This is going to take a little bit of burnishing. Like I said, this is a very thick cardstock. If you're going to put anything heavy in here, you need a thick cardstock. Or you could do it with pattern paper if it was a nice thickness. Okay, so we got all of our scoring done. Now what you're going to do is on this long side, you're going to cut up on these. I think I might use my small scissors. You're going to cut up on these score lines, just to that little score line that goes that way. And then you're just going to wedge out on the little squares a little bit. So cut up on the score line, and then just wedge out at the square. Just leave this part intact and just wedge out your little square. So go all the way down with that. And then turn it around, and you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now when you finish, you're going to have something that looks like this. See, all of our little pieces are wedged out. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put some pattern paper on the outside of this. If you had done this with a pattern paper, you wouldn't have to do this, but I'm going to put a pretty pattern paper on here. I don't think this has got it up or down. These are cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and I'm just going to put those there. I always get asked about this every time I do a video, so I want to tell you these are our basic gray magnets, and that's what I've got stuck on the side of my glue bottle that holds my pen. I'll leave the link to those below as well. And you can see I'm going to use some flowers because I am ready for spring. I don't know about anybody else. I don't like cold weather. Alright, I'll put that there. And we do have some of this paper, I think, in packs, and I will link that below as well. Let's see if I can see the name of it. It is Pink Fresh Studios. Indigo Blue, I think is the name of it. So I will link that below if you're interested in purchasing some of this. This is a paper that we did some kits with last year. It is a very thick paper, and it is very, very nice. It's good for things like this. And I just love that watercolor effect, that look of watercolor. Okay, now we're going to put our box together. And you want to put your little tabs on the inside. And just make sure that you match up your corners right there. And I put a good amount of glue on these. Again, because the cardstock is so thick. And because you don't want your box falling apart. There's that. These two are going to attach to the top, so you're going to pull those up and attach them to the top. And then the two end ones are just going to go on the inside and attach right there, and that's going to make your lid for your box. That is what we have right now. Now I'm going to take this little 1/2-inch circle punch and I'm going to go right to the center of this. And you can make a little bit bigger pull if you want. But I'm just going to make a small one. That's not quite in the center, but it'll work. So I just made a little bit of a pull to show how that opens that way. So there is that. Now these stick out just a little bit. If you wanted to, you could put ribbon around here, or you could just trim them off at an angle. So I think I'm just going to run a little piece of ribbon around here. And I just double knotted it, and I'm going to clip it off. You could make a bow if you wanted to, but I've got something else that I'm going to do to the top, so I'm not going to put a bow on there. I'm going to pull that over to the side, and then they can just slide that off real easy when it's time for them to open it. And I've used our dies, and these I think are Spellbinders dies, and I can't remember what the name of this shape is. If anybody knows, let me know in the link below. But I'm going to use these dies. I used 2 of them, and I used a blue, a deep blue, which is in the background there. I'll put that there, and then a white piece to stamp on. And I'm going to use this stamp, I do believe, and it just says bloom where you're planted. And then I'm going to use just our VersaFine ink. Hopefully I'll get, oops, see, I just stuck my finger in there. I can get this straight-ish. Well, that's not my best stamping, but that will work. So there is that, bloom where you're planted. And then we're going to put this down right there on the top, and I'm going to put this on some pop dots. If you have a little bit of stamping that didn't exactly take like you wanted it to, you can use a Sharpie. Let me get it to writing. You can use a Sharpie or just a black pen that's very thin and just go over that. You don't waste your paper or have to do it all over again. And then we're going to put a couple of pop dots on this right in the center there. So there you have that. And then these are the flowers that came with that kit, and I think I might, I don't know, I think I might use a piece of that. I'm not sure. I'm going to look at it and see. The flowers are really too big, but I think this piece of that might work. So I'm just going to take our Tim Holtz scissors. I'm going to clip that off, and then clip that one. I think we'll do 2 white. And then I'm just going to lay them just like that, tucking them under just a little bit. Just like that. So I'm just going to use some art glitter glue to put these down. Okay, I'm going to pull the bow or the little tie over to this side since we've got so much going on over here. I'm going to put it over to that side to kind of balance that out. Then I'm just going to grab one of these little green pieces of bling and I'm going to put one right there. And that just brings that green to the top. And that's it. That's your box. Take this off and you can open it up. There's the front. And you've got a neat little box that you can put gifts in. This one is pretty sturdy, pretty heavy, so I could put some good things in there. I could put some tea packs in there, some little candies, different things. I could sit these around on people's desks for the people that work with you. You can make these in Valentine colors and sit them around for a Valentine gift. Lots of different possibilities with this little box. And like I said, you can make it larger just by upping the dimensions of your paper and then measuring out that way. You can also make it deeper if you wanted to. Instead of scoring at 1 inch, you just score at 2 inches. Alright, that is it for today's project. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And there will be 2 more videos in the top right here that you might like to watch. Down here on the left hand side, you'll see the link to our store. And then on the right hand side is my face. If you click on that, you can go over and subscribe to our channel. We will talk to you guys later.